In the scorching heat of the desert, 12 men stood, their eyes fixed on the horizon. They were not ordinary men. They were chosen by Moses, the leader of the Israelites, to scout the land of Canaan, the land promised to their ancestors by God. Their mission was clear: to assess the land and its inhabitants, to bring back a report that would determine the fate of an entire nation. But what they found was beyond their wildest dreams and deepest fears. The land was indeed a paradise, flowing with milk and honey, but it was also inhabited by giants, fortified cities, and powerful nations. The scouts returned with a divided heart, and their report would shake the very foundations of the Israelite community. The story of the 12 scouts is one of the most pivotal narratives in the Hebrew Bible, found in the book of Numbers, chapters 13 and 14. It is a tale that explores the themes of faith, fear, leadership, and the consequences of doubt. The narrative is set in a critical moment in the history of the Israelites, shortly after their exodus from Egypt. They have been wandering in the wilderness for nearly a year, and the promise of a new home is within reach. However, the journey ahead is fraught with uncertainty, and the scouts' mission is meant to provide the necessary information to guide the next steps of the Israelite people. Moses, guided by God, selects one representative from each of the 12 tribes of Israel. These men are not just any volunteers. They are leaders, chieftains, and men of stature. Their names are recorded in the text, a testament to their importance and the gravity of their task. Among them is Caleb from the tribe of Judah and Hosea, later called Joshua, from the tribe of Ephraim. These two men will play a crucial role in the unfolding drama. The scouts set out from the wilderness of Paran, a desolate and harsh environment, and travel northward into the land of Canaan. Their journey takes them through the Negev, a region bordering the wilderness, and into the heart of the land. They explore the high country, where they encounter fortified cities and powerful nations. In Hebron, they come face to face with the Anakites, descendants of the giants mentioned in Genesis. The scouts also discover the lush and fertile Wadi Eshkol, where they cut a branch with a cluster of grapes so large that it requires 2 men to carry it. This moment is a vivid symbol of the land's abundance and the divine promise of provision. However, the scouts' experience is not one of unbridled joy and confidence. As they delve deeper into the land, they are increasingly overwhelmed by the challenges they face. The cities they see are not just fortified, but are described as fortified and very big. The people they encounter are not just numerous, but are mighty and strong. The scouts' fear grows, and it begins to cloud their judgment. When they return to Moses and the Israelites, they bring back a divided report. The majority of the scouts, 10 out of the 12, are consumed by fear. They describe the land as a land that consumes those who dwell in it, a place where even the inhabitants are constantly at war and struggle to survive. They paint a picture of a land that is more of a death trap than a promised paradise. Their words are filled with pessimism and doubt, and they conclude that the Israelites cannot possibly overcome the obstacles they have seen. Caleb and Joshua, however, stand firm in their faith. Caleb silences the crowd and declares, "We will surely go up and take hold of it, for we will surely prevail over it." Joshua, who has been renamed by Moses and bears the name that means God saves, echoes this sentiment. They do not deny the challenges, but see them as opportunities for divine intervention and victory. Their message is one of hope and trust in God's promise. The Israelites, however, are swayed by the majority report. They are gripped by fear and doubt, and their faith falters. They begin to question Moses' leadership and even consider returning to Egypt. The situation escalates to the point of rebellion, and God intervenes. God is angry with the Israelites for their lack of faith and decides to punish them. The generation that left Egypt will not enter the promised land. Instead, they will wander in the wilderness for 40 years, until a new generation, one that has not known the hardships of slavery, is ready to take up the challenge. The story of the 12 scouts is a powerful reminder of the importance of faith and leadership in the face of adversity. The scouts' mission was not just to gather information, but to inspire and guide the Israelites. 10 of the scouts failed in this task, allowing their fear to overcome their faith. Caleb and Joshua, on the other hand, remained steadfast, and their faith would eventually lead to the fulfillment of God's promise. The consequences of the scouts' report are profound. The Israelites' 40 years in the wilderness are a period of testing and transformation. It is a time of learning to trust in God's provision and to overcome the fears and doubts that can paralyze a community. The story also highlights the importance of leadership. Moses, despite the challenges, remains a steadfast leader, and Joshua and Caleb emerge as the new leaders who will guide the next generation into the promised land. In the end, the story of the 12 scouts is a warning and an encouragement. It warns against the consequences of doubt and fear, and encourages faith and trust in the face of the unknown. It is a reminder that even in the most challenging circumstances, with God's help, the impossible can become possible. The land is still there, waiting, a promise yet to be fulfilled.